day I be coming through the town, I been blowing on loud, I been high than a motherfucker. And I ain't never coming down, I be coming through the town, I been blowing on loud, I been high than a motherfucker. And I ain't never coming down, I been blowing on loud, been high than a motherfucker, never coming down, I been blowing on loud, been high than a motherfucker, never coming down, I used to blow me an ounce when I caught me a pound 15 for the flip, I used to bust a few rounds, used to bust a few knocks every corner in the town, I done with the few grow ops, raided by the cops a couple times, I don't care, I done fucked off some work, but I always bounce back on the grind, I don't care, and I can show you where the kicks at, I can show you how to flip that, and I can show you how to mismatch, sell it to a nerd, they ain't never gonna get it back, and I was faded when I did that, and they hated that I did that, everybody pissed in, I don't give a damn, when I'm perking I be kicked back, every day I be coming through the town, I been blowing on loud, I been high than a motherfucker, and I ain't never coming down, I be coming through the town, I been blowing on loud, I been high than a motherfucker, and I ain't never coming down, I been blowing on loud, been high than a motherfucker, never coming down, with the bundle and mindset, I hustle to get it, just tell them I be. Never have needed no muscle, and if so, I work out the issue and I in the crease. Felony charges and FTA warrants, the police will tell you I'm on a come spree. Oh, that's your bitch and you think that we fucking, you ask, I bet you she tell you probably turn a bad bitch pussy to my new hobby. Bet I make it rain in this motherfucker, ask you if you wanna see a dead body. Let's get it, show of hands in this motherfucker. Reach for the skies like I told you to freeze. Look at the back of this 20 on weed. Guys in the bushes on cushions, no seeds. High as these taxes, bitch, tell them I be. Every day I be rolling through the town, I been blowing on loud, I been high than a motherfucker, and I ain't never coming down, I be rolling through the town, I been blowing on loud, I been high than a motherfucker, and I ain't never coming down,
Wait for it. Oh, it didn't go on. There it goes. What's up, everybody? It's Gonzo Looking Glass. I just was messing around with my settings, and it looks like this didn't update. Let me update this real quick so that I can get you guys' messages up on the feed. Well, it says it's connected. All right, so I just wanted to say today's show I was going to go ahead and talk about holidays. They're coming up on us, and unfortunately I keep losing way too many guys. I've lost, I want to say 2 this month, 5 this year, and twice as many since I've been back. I've lost more guys since I've been back than I did to combat. We're doing what the enemy couldn't do at better numbers, quicker. Can't argue that we're good at that, I guess, right? But I don't want people getting unnecessarily upset over the holidays. I mean, to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, I mean, it's become a commercialized holiday. It's become, you know, everybody just is about the gifts. It's all about what are you going to get, what are you going to get. Everybody starts stressing off what they're going to buy, and it's ridiculous, you know. And I'm sorry, hold on a second. T, if you're all right, if you guys are trying to message me right now while I'm live, like through Facebook Messenger, and you think that I'm going to respond to you, I'm sorry, I'm not going to. I'm kind of doing a live show. It gets distracting. But anyways, I forgot. So back to what I was saying. The holidays, everybody gets all worked up over nothing. They get ever get so, stressed out over like what they're gonna get everybody and what type of gifts they're gonna get. I know one year, it was right after the divorce. I didn't know what I was gonna do for my daughter for the holidays, and I was stressed out and had no money. And I was like, you know what, screw this, man. I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna spend it on her. I'm gonna turn it, and I'm gonna make it about giving. If I don't have anything to give her, then we're gonna give to the less fortunate than us that'll appreciate what we do have to give. So I took her and we went, volunteered at like a soup kitchen or whatever. And we handed out food to the homeless during Christmas morning instead of opening presents. And it didn't really bother her until she seen that there were children that were homeless too, especially during that time. She was like, that's not right. Kids shouldn't be homeless. It's not their choice. And that's when she kind of started to see that there were inequalities out there that, were beyond our control sometimes. Which was amazing to see. And she took it in at the right time, and she was able to see it, and it worked well. My sister, I know she's done the same thing. Why isn't the comments updating right here? It's weird. And it's worked well. I'm not saying it's working for everybody, but for anybody out there that might be, stressing off how they're going to get gifts or what they're going to do, it's never too late to turn it on to a lesson, right? But with that being said, don't stress each other out. If you don't speak to each other on a regular, why do you need to take this one day during the year to stress yourself out to talk to people you don't want to talk to anyways? And I mean, I'm trying not to be mean about it, but it's that simple. I mean, it's like I love my family, but don't want to always sit there and talk with them and divulge my daily life. Most of it they wouldn't understand anyways. They don't get my rhyme or reason behind what I do. It's okay. It's not for them to. What's up, everybody? Appreciate you guys. Hey, go ahead and share if you can. Trying to get it to grow a little bit. I've been messing around with some of the graphics and stuff, messing around with some of the stuff. I got a tank to run over me. I thought that was pretty cool. I'm going to do it again, actually, just because I can. Let's see. Let's make the tank go. And gone. Yeah. And no, I actually took one class for multimedia, and I failed it, apparently. So this is all self-taught. It goes back to what I always say, learn how you learn. Knowing how I learned, I was able to get into the software and start messing around with it and find videos that taught me the way I need to hear, not just sitting there and, taking the same old approach that everybody else does, and if it sticks, it sticks, and it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm trying to shut my mouth. What do you mean you're trying to shut your mouth? Shut your mouth. Speak. I want to open this one up to conversation. I want to see if somebody can sway my thoughts. I really feel like we have done a number on destroying. And Torian, I swear, if you don't stop messaging me, you're going to get blocked. I'm swaying my opinions. Who really likes to go during the holidays? Like, I feel like a lot of the family stuff that we do is forced. And that's not right. It shouldn't be. You don't get to pick your family. It is who it is. And that's fine. But it's like, doesn't mean you have to sit there and spend time with them and stress yourself out trying to, I don't know. Here, let's take a break from you real quick. I'm going to show you guys puppies. Just there, fight. Those are the little guys. I think I just leave them on them for a little while. Sorry, puppies are awesome. Those guys keep me sane. Those guys, I kept forgetting about the delay too, my bad. They keep me sane. Anybody needs a dog, I got, what, 3 or 4 of them ready. But like I was saying, so who's got an opinion that sways against mine? Like who feels that the holidays are a time that are going to refresh and renew and I don't know, make me happy and full of that cheer again? Got my hands full with Odin. Yeah, I bet. Hey, you guys back there, calm down. They're getting so loud though, man. They just go crazy. They're getting huge. These guys are only, well, they're about 3 weeks old. They'll be 3 weeks old on Friday. But that's besides the fact. All right, so here's something to show. I don't know. This was something funny. I felt like that explained the holidays. If you guys to watch this video, this guy cracks me up. He's a comedian by the name of Quinones, Frank, I think Quinones or something like that. Hilarious comedian. He does a lot of stuff that is, he's got this character on YouTube. It's a cholo. Sometimes he comes out as Joker and he does the little, here, it's Creeper Meets Santa is what this one's called.
Santa.
Creeper, what are you doing up?
Trip out, eh? Hey, is it cool if I say what's up?
Yeah, get over here.
Hey, what's up, homie? Much respect, OG. It's good to see you, eh? Like, you know, I left some things out for you right here. I left you a bottle of tequila. I drank most of it or whatever, but there's a little bit left, homie. Because I know, like, the reindeer pretty much drives your sled, so you can get, you know, get faded or whatever. And then I left you some energy tamales, homie. All right? You eat a couple of those because I know you got a long night, fool.
I need this, dude. Thank you.
Hey, but that's my tia's Tupperware jar.
Oh, I can bring it back.
If you could bring it back, because she gets all, you know, like, hey, where's my Tupperware jar?
I know,
Yeah, dumb.
sure.
Hey, I knew you're for reals, homie. Like, my whole life, my primos and everybody in there, every time you're tripping, fool. Like, come on, fool. It's just like big old white fool gonna be on a sled, just like going around the world. How does a sled even get up in the air? And I was like, hey, fool, how does a double-decker jumbo jet get in the air, eh? Magic, homie. Hey, because you're like an inspiration for a lot of people, eh? Some gordos, eh? Some gorditos, eh? No disrespect, eh? But you're gordito, eh? You know, but some gorditos belong that size, eh? You know what I mean? Like, they're big, they're round, but they're huggable, and they move good, homie. You mind, eh? If I check it out?
Go ahead.
See? I knew it, eh? That's all muscle, homie. That pancita's all muscle, homie.
I do a little cardio. I try to...
Much respect, eh? I can't even imagine how you feel, homie. You're touching people that been nice all around the world, eh? And I've been naughty, homie. And I appreciate that. You know, you're one of the vatos that inspire me, fool, to become nice, eh?
Thank you, Creeper. That was really nice of you.
I'm gonna be real with you right now, Santa. Because you're a firme vato, eh? Straight up. And I feel like I could be real with you. Sometimes I look in the mirror, homie, and I could be...
Alright, I see people are falling off, so I'll go ahead and cut that off. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I was reading through some of the comments real quick while I took a break, and I see on here it says, you know, a lot of people are saying that it's a rough time of year, and that, you know, it's time to fight or whatever. But why? Like, why do we gotta fight to live? Why are there so many guys out there that are so upset, and especially during this time of year? I know for myself, the holidays were a very weird time downrange because the holidays was when the enemy knew when it was. I mean, it wasn't nothing for them to go get a 10-cent calendar that had all our, you know, national holidays on it. And they felt like that would be our weakest time. That's when they felt like we would be missing our families the most. That's when they felt like guys just wouldn't be in the fight. So they would attack us. Every holiday, we got attacked. I remember we spent one Christmas on Camp Marlboro. We were on the guard on the gate because we had to get on all the tanks. And we had to, like, line the perimeter, basically, because they were threatening attacks on the base. Which I think they did on one end, but it wasn't my end. And I remember one Thanksgiving, I remember running out to the tank with a turkey leg because, like, right when I got my tray, they called that there was an HVT in the area. We had to go, you know, escort the guys out there. That was the night we lost Henwin. He was a great inflatable pig that Lieutenant Ballard used to love to rock on the end of our gun tube. And the commander about blew a gasket when he found out because, you know, we were flying pork on the end of our gun tube. But we put him in for a Purple Heart because he got shot that day in all the crossfire. That was a pretty interesting one. We pulled up, and I remember we just pulled up, and the scouts were running up to go hit the house, and they dropped grenades on them from the top windows. So you see the guys run up to the house, and they're like, nope, 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 nope. And they turned around, they ran back, and then I remember a first sergeant or somebody came running up, and they had a pistol. They had like a 9mm, and they were on the front slope of the tank, and he was dumping. And then everything just opened up, all the tanks, and everybody just started opening up on this house. And I remember they asked us to do a recon by fire, which means shoot into it until nothing moves. So we did. Yeah, I remember the air had to pull off, and they were like, it's too much fire, we're getting ricochets, and they got mad and pulled off. Sissies. But it's not easy being a wife at this season. Well, for the spouses and the family members, like, it's nothing to do with you guys. It's kind of like alcoholism and stuff, you know? Like, it affects the family, but it's there's nothing that you guys can really do. I would say the best thing is just to go about your day. Like, act normal. Like, if they're freaking out, trust me, the vet knows that they're freaking out. And that usually causes them to freak out even more. And when attention is brought to it, it's like, okay, yeah, it's not just in my head. Everybody's seeing it. And then they're going to take off. They're going to take flight. They're going to leave. And everybody thinks that it's their job to fix or their job to help or their job to understand. But it's not, you know. I find that the ones I get along with the best are the ones that don't pry, that don't. I'll share what I share when I share it. And that's what it is. You know what I mean? When I get in my moods, I'm in my moods. That's all there is to it. I'm a bit of a grumpy asshole sometimes, but that has nothing to do with, you know, my ex-wife or any of that stuff. You know, they can be a nuisance. They can add to it sometimes, but ultimately, you know, we're in charge of our own happiness. So it's not up to anyone, or it's not anybody that one person that can. I know my daughter, she tends to affect me positively, you know, but that's a lot of weight to put on a child too. So I would never just, you know, rely on that. You don't gotta shut your mouth. Like I said, I'm looking for, you know, interaction this time around because it's better that way. It helps me understand where everybody's at. Because I see a lot of posts from everybody, and I got a very wide gamut of friends. So I see a lot of random posts that are like, you know, of people having issues. But it's all different stuff. What's up, Nick? Hey, you ever get your back fixed? This guy running around for years with a broken back, and then all of a sudden acts like, oh no, now my back hurts. Let me see if I get these Facebook Live comments to display. Why is it not displaying? What's up, Chad? Mikey, I see you. I don't get the whole Mickey Russo. What's that about, Russo? You're not fooling nobody. You're still ugly. Care of you as an officer. I still can't believe somebody commissioned that, man. I love him to death, but man, that dude, that's like me being an officer. Imagine that. Oh, and by the way, I'm not gonna lie, I did get it confirmed that the other weekend when I was up in Northern California at a reserve unit, checking out a PHA, I got medicated before I went in there, and apparently the first sergeant smelled to me and called for 100% UA on the spot, didn't look around or nothing, just like called out his door for it, and I got the whole unit pissed. Yeah, one more surgery this upcoming year, huh? Way to take it, guy. Solo, what's up from Florida? That's what I'm saying. I mean, I know people all over the place. And these dude, we had some good times in Florida. Good times. I have good times everywhere I go, though, and that's the thing, you know. I got friends that are getting ready to turn themselves in and stuff, you know, and they're gonna looking at missing some holidays. But I think that's one of the things that the military did too. Is I was gone for so long that you get used to being without. It's just another day, you know. You should show appreciation for those around you every day, and you know, not fake it for certain days, or at least make it feel like it's certain days. I know when I did the work with we went looking for the homeless vets. One of the things that the guys at the shelter said was that they feel like they only get thought about during holidays when people want to feel better about themselves. They want to go and do their charity work or whatever, then they'll think about them then, and then it's it. They were like, after the holidays, they're gone. So why are we gonna get excited for the 2 days that they're gonna be here? And they weren't wrong. That's the messed up part. There's some that stick around, but I mean, for the most part, they're not wrong. You know, you're a worry. I don't understand worrying, because at the end of the day, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna give up? Like, if something out there that's gonna be that terrible that you're gonna come into contact with it, or come into a situation where you're gonna be like, nope, this is I'm done. Just end me. Or are you gonna figure something out? You're gonna try to fight until it's done. You know, me personally, I know no matter what it is, I've stood the test, and I'm gonna do it again. And so why am I gonna sit there and worry about whatever it is? Because whatever happens, I'm gonna face it, and I'm gonna take it head on. And it's either gonna take me, or I'm gonna take it, and gonna keep moving. So why worry about an inevitable conflict? You know, whatever it'll be, and I'll be ready for it. Or not. But the surgery scared me with the VA and stuff, because, you know, I don't know if the civilian side know this, but there's no such thing as malpractice when it comes to the VA or military treatment. They could cut the wrong leg off and go, my bad, long night, and then come and cut the other one off, and you're just without 2 legs. They might give you an extra like $50 shoe allowance or something like that in your clothing allowance, but that's about it. So I mean, surgeries, and people wonder why I don't like to go to the doctor. I got great medical coverage apparently through the VA and stuff. They cover all kinds of stuff. It's the fact that the doctors are the ones that were like, you know, third string and stuff, like the ones that everybody didn't think was going to graduate. They graduate, they go to the military, and they go to the VA to work for us. Solo knows he's one of them, kind of. What's up? You guys are quiet. Or is it because I got a delay? So I don't know. I'll talk about the holidays some more then, since nobody else wants to talk. But it just, like I said, being away from them, you realize that it's just a day. You know, when we were out there on the tanks, living just out of a rucksack, you realize how little. You realize just how little you need, you know, and how really little you can get by with, and what a real brother really will give down to his last of, which it can get pretty personal. I'm not gonna lie, but that's one of the things that we miss. What's up, Long? And you know, you look for it when you get out. I know that was one of the reasons I went towards the clubs. You know, was because that the lure of that brotherhood, but it's not the same. It's not the same at all. That bond it can be born there. I know there's nothing that brings people together, kind of like almost dying. Those tend to be a bonding experience. And then these puppies are about to just go ham on Summer right now. This is about to get gross. These dogs are beasts, and when they feed, it's a frenzy. Look at this. One's getting stepped on, it looks like. Those guys are beasts. They're going to be huge. They're just as timid as Tank, though, so for what it's worth. What's up, Abjean? I was up by your neighborhood shooting hogs last weekend. You were shooting hogs up here, man. See, that ain't nice, man. Motorcyclists are just great people. No, there is a lot of good hunting up here. I don't know. I wouldn't mind going hog hunting, I guess, because those guys, they get mean. And you got to hit them right, or they'll keep coming at you. So that could become kind of sporting. I just never understood the shooting Bambi and stuff unless I was going to clean it and eat it and, you know, provide for my family type stuff. Me personally, if I shot it, it would be because it was coming at me. It wouldn't be because I was bored or because I was sitting out in a tree with deer pee on me. That just doesn't sound fun to me at all. Not much. Smoking, chilling, educating. Because, yeah, for those that don't know, I get asked a lot. You know, I have my degree in sociology, which, in my opinion, equated to the equivalency of people watching. It explains how people interacted with each other and gotten along throughout time. And I was on my way to get my degree for therapy work because I was tired of losing friends to saying we didn't understand, therapists didn't understand what it was like to get shot at or get, whatever. I've been through most of that, and I do understand, but I also don't understand the defeatist mentality, the victim mentality, the why me, and I couldn't deal with that on a daily basis. I knew myself, and I was like, I can't tolerate that. Jeez. I can't tolerate that on a daily basis. Keep hearing it. It would turn into, I would be like Patton on, on the battlefield when he slaps the guy in the hospital and tells him he doesn't have shell shock or whatever, to get back to the front line to stop being a pussy. Because sometimes that's what some of these people need. Too many people have coddled them, and just, it's okay, and your feelings are justified because of that. I don't know why. But too many people do. It's getting too soft. Pigs taste good. I see this, but if you shoot them, don't you have to, isn't it like deers where if you shock them or whatever, if you don't hit them right, it'll screw the meat off? No, none. All right. These dogs over here are killing me right now. They're feeding like crazy. These dudes got to be at least a good 3 pounds apiece. All on booby milk. But they're getting teeth, so they're getting ready to go. And I just see, Baylor, I just see you just tuned in, so obviously you weren't paying attention when I was on the show, and I was telling you to stop messaging me during the show. So I'll tell you here on air. But yeah, poor Summer. I feel bad for her, dude. Her boobies could never be the same. Like, poor girl, walking around miserable. But it's been funny watching Tank be like a dad, because like whenever Summer's not around the puppies, he'll be in here watching them and licking them and making sure that they're okay. They're already starting to play with them and challenge them. They'll run up to him, and it's funny because he's so big, especially compared to them, and they back him up. He's afraid of him because I think he knows that if he comes near hurting one of them, Summer's going to tear his head off. But even of the puppies, the one female puppy, she's bossy. She runs them. Her little head, she runs them. It's funny watching the whole process because the puppies, they go through the same process that humans go through, just expedited. I think the pregnancy is like 52 days or something like that. The infancy phase for a dog's like 18 months or 12 months to 18 months. So it's watching their life stages go in like days. You're a good boy. You like to have fun. I have been known to have some fun. They got mad at me when I had to go turn myself into the brig because I kept smiling in my inmate ID, and they were like, you can't smile. This is your inmate ID. Blah blah blah. When I rang the doorbell to get in or whatever, I was like, yeah, I got a reservation. Got a 60-day reservation or whatever, 6-month reservation. And they're a funny guy. And they kept trying to make me retake my picture. They made me take it like 6 times. Until finally they just gave up. And they were like, you're going to smile, aren't you? I was like, yeah. I was like, I got 6 months. I was facing 45 years and I got 6 months. I'm smiling. And I did. I smiled my way all the way through there. And people were mad. And I don't care. There was a lot of people that were in there that were doing some serious time, and they're getting kicked out at the end or whatever, and all of them were like, screwed the military, they screwed me, they did this and that. And then when they found out I was going back, that I got retained, they just, oh, you're so lucky, man, I wish I could go back. I'm like, what happened to all that? You were just talking, and a lot of, almost all of them admitted that they'd screwed up and that they wish they didn't. And I fortunately I had a strong enough career that it kind of, I'm not gonna say justified, but it helped me out. But yeah, so I mean, you can always have fun. I have fun everywhere I go. I try and have fun in everything I do, because why not? Why am I sit there and be miserable and be pissed off about something out of my control or that I'm gonna be doing anyway? So might as well have fun with it. You wish you could go back? I wish I could go back to when we were cool. I wish we'd go back to downrange. I feel like once we came back, it was like, what's left? You know what I mean? Like, once you've operated at your best and once you've been, you were looking forward to that warrior's death or whatever, and you've made your peace with it, what's left? Like a hospital bed, a car accident, You know, at best motorcycle accident. It's like it's kind of boring after that. Everything's kind of like just kind of waiting around now, and it sucks. You know, but it shouldn't be like that. We gotta find ways to get back into things. But I know the military, the way we left it, the way I left it, it was I didn't like the turns it was making. I didn't like the changes it was making. They were losing the meaning of esprit de corps. They were like, I mean, when they started doing away with drill and ceremony, when they started doing away with uniform policies, it became those little things, those little attention to details really made a huge difference that people don't understand. It seems like nothing, it seems dumb, but it causes you to think about other things more frequently. You know, I don't know why they got stuck. They didn't start updating the comments. So I moved down to 0506. 0506. Where was I? 0506. I was in between tours, I think. Yep, I think that might have been the time frame I came back, because I came back, I think, late 04, and I went back early 06 to 07. I think it's something like that. But it was I don't know. I had good times. I know a lot of guys I served with said that they didn't serve in units like what we had. We were like the bad news bearers of the Army. I mean, we had a lot of guys that were kicked out from other platoons, kicked out from other units, that were go to war, go to jail guys. Like, I remember this one time, it always cracks me up in Grafenveer. We were out on a tank range, or we were out getting ready to shoot gunnery and stuff. And whenever you walk in the military, if you walk in groups of more than 3, the most senior has to be on the outside left and marching them. Well, there was probably a group of at least 30 of us. It was about half the company. And we were walking in just this big gaggle, just a big group of us. And I mean, there's probably, I would say, at least staff sergeant down, because I know Ant was there. And the sergeant major walks up for the battalion, or the brigade, and he walks up and he's like, "What the hell?" He starts yelling, "Who the hell's in charge of this group?" And goes off. And we all start looking at each other like, well, let's see. And that's not the normal response. The normal response from a unit would have just snapped too. The normal unit wouldn't have been that screwed off. But if they were, they would have snapped too, and they would have, you know, fell in rank real quick and got right. Like idiots, we're sitting there going, no, who's got it? You got him. Like, he goes, this must be Charlie Company. Raj Sergeant Major, and he actually was the first sergeant of Charlie Company many years before, so he kind of had a soft spot for us anyways. He was just like, just get out of my face. He was like, I already know I can put you in formation, chew you out, but you're going to get 10 feet down the road, and you're going to do what you want. So just get the fuck away from me. And he walked away, and he let us continue on, which was unheard of. Sergeant Majors normally get completely anal. But that unit, we were a good group of guys. Like, we did our own thing, and we partied as hard as we fought, but we happened to fight really well. So it kind of, I guess, balanced out. I know Sergeant Major did a thing for us when we got back from the invasion, and he got with the MPs, and he was like, these boys just got back from, you know, doing some real stuff, and they're getting ready to go back already. You know, we had orders for 8 months. As soon as we got back, 8 months, we were going back. And if you know anything about over there, you know, you got a 90-day reintegration period where you're not allowed to touch your vehicle. So 3 months from getting back, and then 3 months before we go out, we couldn't mess with our tank. So that left us like 2 months to do training and refit our tank before they went back on the boats to go back. You know, so it was a very condensed time back then. And he was like, just, if you can handle it at a lower level, do so. He was like, if you don't have to press charges, if you don't have to get, you know, chain command involved, don't. So many first lines were getting called. I mean, these guys were having to take shift work because soldiers were just screwing up left and right. I mean, we had the money, we had the time, because we weren't allowed in the motor pool. We had like nothing to do, and it was a weird time. So it's kind of like being in on a hold, you know, where you're just like, you're on a long leave from combat. Yeah, Nick was one of the first guys that I stayed with after my divorce. And yeah, we had some great times. We would throw pound-and-a-half steak on with a baked potato and have a mason jar full of whiskey going. Living the bachelor life, the bachelor in Vegas. Good times. Good times. No looking back. But and it's just different now. I mean, the caliber of soldier, the type of soldier, the reason for serving, it's they're all different now. And I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm not with that generation or whatever that I can't get with it or whatever. But I felt like I connected pretty well with the generation before me in the service. So I don't know where the disconnect is. But yeah, it was good times. I know that was the first time I really had to live with roommates, and it got crazy because for a while I had to keep moving around from roommate to roommate, and that's where I really learned a lot about living with different people. And besides all the time spent with the guys in the military, we all tended to mesh together and just annoy the crap out of each other anyway. So it was kind of like living by yourself when you were with 15 guys. And that was the thing too, is you know, like an infantry unit, I want to say an infantry platoon is 60 guys a platoon, and they got, you know, 3 platoons to make their line company. So that's what 180 guys. Armored tank company is 60 guys if you're fully manned up with supply and everything. So yeah, we were a little outnumbered. We were small in number, but big in firepower. I'm gonna go ahead and take a break, so I'm gonna cut some commercials and I'll be right back.
Johnny Zero here, the best damn beard in radio, and I didn't get that title through genetics alone. I take care of my beastly man mane using only the products from Bootlegger Brand Beard Company.
This flag isn't backwards, it's assaulting forward. Born was a nation of independence, who made the choice to make their lives and their families' lives better. Always moving forward, never retreating, never giving up. We carry on that tradition today. Fight on, break through, never quit. This flag isn't backwards, it's assaulting forward. We are grunt style, and this will defend.
20 veterans a day commit suicide. 20 a day. Active Heroes, a 501c3 charity, is on a mission to end veteran suicide with peer mentors like you. For a $30 donation, you can become a trained and certified peer mentor to help heal local vets and their families. Join now and be listed on the Active Heroes resource map to connect with local vets. Or make a one-time donation of $30 to sponsor training and certification of a peer mentor. Visit activeheroes.org to join and learn more. activeheroes.org.
Hey folks, Johnny Zero here, the best damn beard in radio, and I didn't get that title through genetics alone. I take care of my beastly man mane using only the products from Bootlegger Brand Beard Company. Made with the best all-natural ingredients, their beard care products are going to take your beard to the next level. And let me tell you guys, their selection of scents are going to make the ladies just as happy with your beard as you are. You want a healthy, soft, itch-free beard? Ladies, are you looking for the perfect gift for your bearded man? Check them out on Facebook or on their website, www.bootleggerbrand.com. Grow a beard, be a man, and do it with the right products from Bootlegger Brand Beard Company.
Oh man, my tank did drive over me.
Be like,
God,
man, life.
oh, that's not it. That's one. I gotta get that one. I'm better than fan. It's me, Gonzo, back with Looking Glass. Appreciate all the comments. Just been sitting here kind of rambling about some past times and some stuff about the holidays. Nobody really came on to challenge my opinion about forcing things with families, and you know, and like I said before, you know, it's not the family's place to try and make the veteran feel comfortable. You know, I felt like, I know at one point I felt like when I had gotten back, kind of felt like a lion in a cage. Kind of, I felt like everybody's kind of staring at me like, is that the PTSD? Is that the PTSD? You know, and very well could have just been in my head, but that's the way it felt for a long time. You know, and it got to the point to where it was kind of like, well, am I just being a pissed off veteran, or is that some shit that would just piss anybody off? Like, is that just something to get mad over? Because it is okay to get mad. That's what people forget. Just because you're a vet doesn't make you a pissed off vet because you're mad and a vet. Like, that's just coincidence. Now, if you're just always pissed off about everything all the time and everything was the Army's fault and you're just all disgruntled about stuff, then yeah, you probably got some issues stemming from the military or whatever. But it's different when, you know, you're just pissed off. Like, everybody gets mad. It's a natural emotion. And especially during holidays, people try to make people feel bad about, you know, however they're feeling. But, you know, if it's how you're feeling, it's how you're feeling. You can't be mad about that. You can only control how you react, you know, how you deal with it. What's up, Sonny? And this one just got done feeding 4 puppies that are destroying her, so she's looking for more food. But yeah, I would say, I don't know, I hate to see the holidays tear more people apart. And the holidays tend to take more lives and in turn just make for worse holidays in the future and causes more holidays to be worse. So hopefully we can end this trend. I started seeing more people posting stuff online about, you know, reaching out to each other, and that's good. You know, hopefully people take advantage of that. It's usually the ones that aren't posting, you know, crazy stuff that are the ones that you got to watch out for. You know, it's usually the least expected. I know the last one we lost, Craiglow, he was one of the happiest dudes around. He used to kill me. That dude smothered in, or he snuck in a dumb sucker. He snuck one of those in when I was in the brig because he came in to see me. And I was like, where the hell did you get that? I don't even want to know. He was like, why do you think it's only dum-dums, right? He's like, I'm still virgin. I was like, dude was a fool. So, I mean, you know, check on the ones that are having the obvious cries for help, but check in on the ones you haven't heard from, or the ones that might seem like they're having a bit of a attitude change or something. You know, those are the ones that you might want to worry about. The ones that are giving their stuff away. Like after a suicide prevention class we had at Fort Irwin one time, and all my soldiers come to me and say, "Hey, sir, you should go see Sal. He's giving away all kinds of stuff, man. He gave me cigarettes." Another guy was like, "Hey, he gave me like $130. Another guy said, "Yeah, he gave me this plate." I was like, "We just got out of suicide prevention. Like, they just briefed us on this, and these dudes are walking around just trying to, like, trying to sell stuff, trying to hawk stuff already." But good times. So, I appreciate it. Appreciate the input. Appreciate you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I'll go get these puppies taken care of.